Hi, my name is Drew Baker, and today I'm going to be showing you how to set a table. Have you ever considered hosting a dinner party for the holidays? Oftentimes, one of the most important aspects is how you accommodate your guests for a meal. So, knowing how to set a table can help you impress your guests and make your dinner a success. I've been working at the University Catering here at Ball State for over a year. And in my experience, I have learned that to properly set a table, you first must consider what kind of meal you'll be serving, and then collect the appropriate utensils and properly set them on the table, which I will be showing you today. So, when considering what kind of meal you'll be serving, it is important to consider the formality of the meal and the type of meal. For instance, are you going to be serving a casual meal for 10 people? Or are you going to be serving a more formal meal for 60 people? Is your meal going to be a buffet style, or is it going to be a reception? These are important to consider because it helps determine what kind of utensils you'll need as well as how many. So after you have consciously decided on what kind of meal you'll be serving, it's time to collect the utensils. So the first thing that you'll want to collect are the condiments. Condiments are going to be anything that you are going to put on your meal, such as salt, pepper, butter, and salad dressings, as well as anything that you're going to be putting in a drink, such as sugars and creamers. You'll next want to collect placeholders, and this is typically determined by the formality of your meal. For smaller meals, it is appropriate to use a placemat. Alternatively, if you're going to be serving a more formal meal for several people, you can also use dinner napkins. The next thing that you'll want to collect are silverware. This is determined by the type of meal that you plan on serving. For the demonstration that I'm going to be presenting, we'll be doing a typical 3-course meal, which includes a salad, bread, an entree, and a dessert. The entree that we'll be doing will require a fork, and the dessert will require a spoon. So collecting silverware for this meal, we'll have to collect 2 forks, a knife, and a spoon. Finally, we'll want to collect plates. Typically, any entrees will either be prepared beforehand on the plate, or be set at the buffet table, depending on the formality of your meal. Other plates that you'll need to collect are bread plates, dessert plates, and any plates that you might want for condiments. So, after you've collected the appropriate utensils needed, it's time to properly set them on the table. So the first thing that we're going to be setting are the condiments. The reason we want to set the condiments first is because they are communal for the whole table. As such, you want to place your condiments in the middle of the table so they are easily accessible for all of your guests. The next thing that you'll want to set are your placeholders. Placeholders you'll want to put directly in front of the chairs, spread out even and symmetrical, depending on what kind of table you'll be using. For instance, if you're using a rounder table, you'll want them to be symmetrical. The next thing that you'll want to set are your silverware. You'll want to set your silverware so that there is enough space between them to set your entree plate. You'll want to put your forks on the right side of your entree plate, and your knife and your spoon on the left side. You'll want to make sure that your knife is on the inside and your spoon is on the outside. You'll also want to remember that when placing your silverware on a set, that the bottoms of the silverware are linear with each other. You'll also want to remember that when placing a knife, that the blade of the knife faces towards the entree plate. Additionally, any silverware that you collect for condiments should go with their appropriate condiment. Finally, you'll want to set plates. As stated before, entree plates will typically either be served or be at the buffet. However, for reception style meals, salad will be pre-made and set at the table. So your salad plate will want to go directly between your silverware and on the placemat. The other plates that you'll want to set are your bread and your dessert plates. Your bread plate will go directly above your forks, and then your dessert plate will go directly above your salad plate. Additionally, if you plan on serving water with your meal, your water will go right above the spoon. If you plan on serving your entree after salads are done, you'll trade the salad out for the entree. And this is how you appropriately set up a meal. At this point, all you have to do is replicate this for each individual seat that you plan on serving. Knowing how to set a table can really come in handy for maybe if you plan on having your boss over or hosting any special events. Thank you and have a good day.